Hello friends, and welcome to today's episode. Our story today is about a 5-year-old child named Charlie who was always a very easy child. He went to bed when he was told to, ate everything his mom made for him, and was nice to everyone he met. Everything seemed fine until one day when the voice in his room wouldn't let him sleep. On the afternoon of Tuesday, Jessica made lunch while waiting for her husband and son to come home. She had to stop what she was doing when her son's school called. The teacher of the concert tried to ask Charlie why he has been so tired and sleepy lately. Jess started setting up the table with an uneasy feeling in her stomach because she had been upset all day by the news she had heard. When Jessica and her husband found out about the problem, they took action right away. While they were having lunch together, Jessica asked Charlie the same question that the teacher had asked her. Charlie gave her an answer that made her whole body crawl. "That little boy keeps me up at night," Charlie said as he ate his dinner. Jessica and David set up a camera in their son Charlie's room because of what he said. They made sure to put it somewhere their son couldn't get to, and when he wasn't home, they didn't want their son to be scared. They looked at the tapes after a few days, and what they saw made them even more confused than they were before. Jessica and David listened to the recordings they made of the last 2 nights with raised eyebrows on Friday afternoon. They looked at each other to try to figure out what was going on. They were looking for anything, but they couldn't find anything. Charlie slept well all night long. David was going to take the camera away at night, but the next day he was glad he didn't. David was about to take the camera out of Charlie's room when he had an urge to watch the tape one last time. David's knees were still weak as he watched the tape of the night. He heard the voice of another child in his son's room, and he couldn't understand what he was seeing, so he yelled for Jessica. David and Jessica both looked. "I don't want to sleep," this kid said. "I'm not tired." To which Charlie replied, "I am tired, so could you please be quiet?" Jessica felt shivers when she saw the video. "Where is he? Where is the kid?" asked Jessica in shock. They played the tape over and over again to try to find the other kid, but they were terribly unsuccessful. The doors were locked, the window was closed, and the voice was much too loud to be coming from anywhere else but Charlie's room. Charlie's parents knew it was time to act, so they came up with a plan that couldn't fail. Charlie's parents knew what to do to find the person responsible. They would have to be there to see a crime happen. Each parent took turns sleeping in Charlie's room with him while the camera kept running. After 5 days, Charlie's parents were almost ready to give up because neither of them had heard or seen anything. Then one night, when they didn't expect it, Charlie spoke up and said, "It's just you and me again." The child said, "Let's play." Jessica jumped out of bed and yelled to her husband, "David, he's talking." David jumped out of bed and ran to his son's room in a matter of seconds. David asked, "Where is he?" When they turned around, they heard the voice again, but this time they knew where to find it. When they looked to the side of the table, the baby monitor was on. The parents stood there puzzled and confused as the child spoke. How could that be possible if their baby was sitting quietly in his crib? Who was the child? David reached for the monitor and turned it off. Then the room was completely silent. They were far away when they heard the child laugh. Jessica walked slowly but with confidence to the window and pulled it open wide. When they looked at each other, they both realized the noise was coming from the house next door. Even though they had put the puzzle together, they were far from happy. They were desperate for answers. Charlie's parents had to call the company that made these baby monitors, but they waited until morning to do so. It turned out that their neighbors had bought the same model of baby monitor, so the frequencies got mixed up and Charlie could hear what the baby next door was saying. After some back and forth, the company made an offer that Charlie's parents couldn't refuse. The company offered the family a full refund on their baby monitor and said it would look into it. Once the problem was found, the company said it would stop making that model. Still, they didn't think that was enough. Then they took charge and decided to tell the public about it, but they weren't ready for the feedback they got when their story went viral on social media. So many other parents spoke up and said that the same model caused them the same kinds of problems. Their story made an impression on other parents, and the company listened to what they said and made a better model based on what they said. People like David and Jessica are the ones who can change the world. When you speak up, you never know who you might help. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one for more amazing stories.